Hello, I think we are live. All right, so um, welcome. Today, what we are doing is we're working on my game Star Mining Co, and we're going to be adding some new features to the circuit board thing here. If you're new to all of this, Star Mining Co is a sort of roguelike mining game where you work for a mega corporation to mine asteroids for bits and bobs, and part of that is that you've got a drill that you can upgrade and improve over time to mine the asteroids faster. And the way you do that is with this circuit board here. So there's different component types that can be put onto the circuit board, and they will affect different things. So for example, this one here is making the size of your drill bit increased by using this multiplier on this effect component. And this works pretty well. It lets you upgrade your drill and stuff, but it can be a bit boring when you're just you've only got these two things to play with, or like as in you've only got multipliers and effects. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be adding some new types of modifiers to the circuit board, because at the moment there's just these main components that you can put in. So here's what we're going to be doing. If I can open that up, please. There we go. So what I'm thinking of doing, and I've already started some work on, is instead of just having the circuit board cell here that can only have this component in it, there's going to be another slot down the bottom here that you can put an extra component in. And this will modify how the inputs and outputs are going into this cell. For the moment, I've just got 5 little things figured out to get started with. In the future, these could definitely be either modified or add some new ones or whatever. But just to run over them very briefly, in this slot at the moment, I've got 5 different things that I've thought of. So the first one is a capacitor, which will double the input into your cell. So in the example here, at the moment, this is outputting 120. So I'll have to get into this because doubling in this scenario, the outputs and inputs sort of are centered around 1, so it'll be doubling the bit above 1. So in this case, if it was doubled, it would be outputting 140 instead of 120. Then a resistor can halve the input because there are some components that you want to reduce. And then I've got a high pass and a low pass filter, so that some components have like a variable output. And so this will make sure that only values above 1 are passed through, and low pass means that anything above 1 will be cut off, so it is only the ones below 1. And then this special one here, parallel circuit, this will run a component twice. So if I had it here, it would actually boost the size twice. But there are other components that do different things that it can run twice. So yeah, that's the sort of idea, is we're going to upgrade and expand each cell here to actually have an extra slot in it where you can put an extra little component. Rightio. And so I'm going to write up a bit of a to-do list. We'll see how far we get through it. But yeah, I'm just going to... The only thing I've done for this so far is a bit of artwork. But other than that, it's all going to be done now. So for the to-do list, I think the first thing that we've got to do, obviously, is make the class for this thing. I'm not sure exactly what to call it. If you've got any good ideas, let me know in the chat. So yeah, we've got to make the class for it, and then we have got to update the circuit board to actually hold these things. Then I think thirdly, we've got to actually make them functional. So we've got to do the func. That looks like an F. Functionality, which is kind of linked with the circuit board, but the circuit board just needs to hold like which cell is holding what, and then the functionality is actually like running these components so that they actually do what I've specified them to do. And then lastly, I think we'll just be doing like the UI stuff, which is like letting the user place them. But yeah, we're going to start up here by making the class, and I think I'll probably call them like modifiers or something, circuit board modifiers, but they're kind of like extra components or something. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. And I'm gonna have to think about how I structure them, because these first four here are all to do with changing the inputs and outputs. So they can probably just have a function that takes an input and creates an output. Whereas this parallel one is kind of a special case where it's actually running a whole component twice rather than modifying the inputs and outputs. So we're going to have to, I think this one might be a bit of an edge case that has some special stuff going on. Whereas these ones will be, they'll just have an input and output that I modify. So that should be more straightforward. All right, so let's jump into the code. Oh, before I do that, big shout out to all the channel members. As you can see up, where is it? Up that way. Tom Kirby is a legend member, absolute champion. Thank you so much for that. But thank you to everyone for just watching these. I really, really appreciate it. And if you want to get more involved, either with Star Mining Co. or just the community in general, there are links down in the description for joining the Discord, where we talk a lot of rubbish and just hang out. And there's a monthly challenge which is about to wrap up, so there's a new one. So if you want to jump on that, join the Discord. And then there's also, I think, a link to the Steam page for Star Mining Co. Hearn, how are you going? Could you have the modifier wrap the component, i.e. a slot has a modifier and a modifier has a component? Then the default modifier be a dummy pass-through modifier. That's interesting. Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, we could do that. I haven't, to be quite honest with you, I haven't thought about how I'm going to achieve this, which is probably step number one. Step number one should probably be plan. Let me like plan. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. I kind of like that. Yeah, that's cool. The other thing I'm going to have to think about is there are effects and modifier and multipliers. So if a multiplier is in a slot, because this one only outputs to one cell, but there are ones that output to more than one cell. And so will it affect every single output? Or is this something that only applies to effects? And so if you put a multiplier in a cell with a modifier on it, does that affect it or not? So these are things that I'm going to have to think about. And if you have any ideas on that, please let me know. For the moment, I'm going to go with they modify everything, so you're better off putting a modifier with a multiplier. But we'll see in the future. The other thing I haven't mentioned is that I think unless I add some special item that you will only get late game, these components, once they're in place, are sort of like locked to a cell. So once you put something in here, that cell is just always going to have that modifier. And again, unless you get that special item that I haven't thought about at all yet, but that'll be like a late game thing that you can unlock to be able to remove and swap these around. But like once you put one in, you're sort of locked in. Which means that I think it kind of works that it works for both of these, because then you are sort of committing to putting something in a certain spot. So if you get new items in the future, it will make it harder to try and fit them in. And so it's more of a trade-off. All right. I do like your idea of a sort of like a wrapper. So let's go to the current circuit components. Now these, so these are, hang on, let me find it. These are then extended into effects and multipliers, and they have like a, yeah, okay. So this is the other thing, is that they're going to work differently depending on whether it's an effect or a multiplier, because the multipliers, the way this works, sorry, I'm going to draw it out for you. So the way this works is that we have the grid of components, and when an effect, when a multiplier is run, say there's a multiplier here and it's outputting here, there's behind the scenes like an array of all the so I forgot the soldering iron and soldering. Yeah, so I was going to make it a desoldering. You know those little solder sucker things that like suck up the solder? I was going to make the special item one of them. But then thematically it doesn't really make sense that you can move these around. But maybe these are like in a little socket, whereas the other things have to be soldered in. I don't know. That's some story mumbo jumbo that can come later. Hey Alf, how you going? Good to see you. Got some regulars in the chat. All right. So yeah, the way this works behind the scenes is that a multiplier. Is that even the right color? No, it's not. I don't know why I'm trying to make it colored. So a modifier will, if this modifier is running in this cell, there's an array of floats that keep track of what the output from the multipliers is. So let's say this is outputting 1.2. Then this cell is storing 1.2, and say there's another modifier here outputting here as well, and it's like 1.5 or something. Then these get multiplied together. So in the case of these modifiers, they're going to have to affect this value before it gets put into this array. And then effect components, say there's an effect in this cell, it gets run by reading. Once all the modifiers have done their bit of inputting the values into this array, they then read this value here into them, and then that's how they work. So basically, these extra components, which I'll do in green, if it's a multiplier, they're going to have to intercept it here before it's inserted into the grid. And then if it's an effect, they're going to have to intercept it as it's going into the effect. So I think the idea of this wrapper is probably a good one, because it means that I can just handle that case internally. And then, yeah, the special case of this parallel circuit we'll have to see about in the future. But yeah, I think this wrapper might work because there's two different scenarios here, and it can just handle them both. So with that in mind, let me create a new. I don't know what to call it. Why naming stuff is like the hardest thing in programming. They don't teach you this when they're teaching you programming. They just assume that you know how to name things, but I don't know how to name anything. It's actually a very creative discipline. All right. I'm going to call it modifier wrapper, exactly like Hearn said. Modifier wrapper. And this, I guess, will have a circuit component, and it will also have we almost need like a cell class, because the thing is where are we? This isn't guaranteed to be filled in with something. Like, this can be empty, in which case there won't be the wrapper. So we need a class for just this thing, and then we probably need one that manages the whole cell, which is sort of being done by the circuit board at the moment. So the circuit board has this like component grid, which just has a circuit component in it. So maybe it needs to be so the parallel circuit, can just call that on execute twice. Yeah, exactly. But I'll have to look especially for that in that. Yeah, I think the wrapper works, but I think this should be like a circuit. How do I do this? I think it's like Shift F6 or something to refactor. Yeah, I think this should be like a circuit cell, and then we're also so this will have a component and a circuit modifier, which is yet to be done. And this sort of is just a wrapper around them both, and then the modifier, if it's not null, will get some function on it run, like an on execute as well, that will then handle, and it'll get past the component, and it will sort of manage the component almost. But this way, it just makes it easier for them to be individually empty or filled. So okay, I'm gonna do that as well. So there'll be a circuit modifier. Okay, and so in the circuit modifier, we only really kind of need like a something to be able to be run. I always forget what the names of these things are. I think it'll be a consumer because it's not going to output anything. It'll just take in a few inputs and then run them. And I don't know how many inputs it's going to need. So it's going to need the it depends on what type of circuit component it is. So at the moment, in the circuit board, where's the run circuit? So basically, it goes through all the components, and if it's a multiplier, it does this read input function. And then once it's done, and that puts things in this boost grid. And then once it's done that, it goes through all of the multipliers and applies the outputs to them. So I'm going to have to... Yeah, I'm going to have to do two different things here. So I might need it to have two functions on it, one for if it's a multiplier and one for if it's an effect. Because they're different. Yeah, so I might have to do that. So I might have to do a I don't know, I'll make it a by consumer at the moment, which will take in, I guess, the circuit component. Well, actually, I should make it more explicit. So it should be like the effect component will need a float input, and this will be on effect, I guess. And then we'll have I'll just do another by consumer for the moment. I'm sure these will have to change, and this will be. I'm going to leave that blank for the moment. On multiplier. If I can spell it, on multiplier. So the multiplier will be slightly trickier. So yeah, because there's a whole bunch of parameters that are passed in. Maybe I should just make this what is passed into the circuit modifier. So I might have to make this public. Oh, this is also something that makes it trickier, is that some of the effects happen before your drill is run on the frame and some happen after. So there's these post-run. So, for example, there are ones that will like, here, I can probably show you an example. Like this refinery one here affects the chance of recovering precious materials from basic ones. So basically after the yes, this takes in the post-run param. So after you've mined on a frame, it'll get all the resources that you've mined, and there's a chance that it converts them into precious materials. And so again, this will change how things are handled. So I will have to... Well, actually, no, it'll change when things are... No, it will change how things are handled because these are different. Tricky. So maybe these need like a on effect, on post effect, and on multiplier. And these should be an effect component and effect component params. Is that the right one? Yes. And post run params. And then this will have a multiplier component and multiplier component dot. This will have to be public as well. And this, because this has got everything on it that it needs to actually be able to run a component. So I think that should be what is passed in. And then I guess we just have a constructor that sets all of these. So public modifier. Oh, this is going to be a very, very long constructor. And I guess I'm gonna have to set all of these, but there's probably some way of making this more generic and better. How do you handle chained multipliers? So a multiplier, if I have two, hang on, I should probably give myself some more things to show an example with. But a multiplier going into a multiplier isn't a thing. Like a multiplier won't read in any input. So if it's on a cell, if you just pretend that this size effect is actually a multiplier, so this multiplier is outputting here, and this being here, it wouldn't read anything in because it only outputs. It doesn't input. Like it doesn't read any input. So you're effectively doing nothing. But if this was a multiplier and it was also pointing to this cell, like this one is, so they were both pointing here, then they get multiplied together. And then whatever effect you put there will be the result of these two multiplied together. So yeah, you can't chain multipliers together, but you can point them at the same spot. Just make Noiter already. I don't think I've got the facilities for that, big man. Hope you know what I'm talking about there. Maybe not. There's a classic meme. Hang on. Let me see if I can find it. There you go.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man. Do you understand? But
that's,
big up,
that's
man.
me trying to make Noiter. I don't have the facilities for that. It's a strictly two-stage process. Yeah, essentially. At the moment, I was trying to think of ways of making this more free flowing and like being able to like construct things, essentially like being able to hook up all these sorts of different things, but it very quickly got very complicated. So I've just decided that a multiplier just goes straight into an effect, and that's just how it is. All right, so we've got this horrible constructor here. So we can just say this dot on effect equals on effect, this dot on post effect equals on post effect, and this dot on multiplier equals on multiplier. And then I guess we just sort of need something to execute all of these. So it'd be like run effect, and this seems like a kind of silly way of doing this. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. There's probably a better way of doing this. So that will be the component, and this will be the params, and this is a void function. And basically, we just say if on effect equals null. We just want to protect against this. We just return. If on effect equals null, or the component equals null, or I guess if the params equal null, but I don't think that's going to happen. Then what we want to do is we want to on effect dot accept the component and the params. And we just want to, I guess, do this for the other ones as well. So run post effect and run multiplier. And that will be a multiplier component, and this will be. This is. I don't know if this is the way to do this. And this will be on post effect and on multiplier. Yeah, I don't know if this is the way to do this, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how we go. Just realized I'm weirdly far into the frame. I'm gonna move myself there. Okay. So that's that. So a circuit cell. I don't think it really needs a constructor, but we'll have a public set modifier and a public set component. And then this is actually kind of getting a bit gnarly, isn't it? So let's see. In the circuit board, where are we? Circuit board. So that gets called in the drill. Use drill. Where does it run the first time? Oh, no, because it gets set. Yeah, okay. Hang on. That should be... Where is the circuit board used? Guess a better way to do this would be to find out when run circuit is used. Run circuit. Oh, yeah. Okay. So when we run the circuit, we do the multipliers and the effects, but not the post-process effects. So I guess here, we almost need like an enum for the stage that we're processing. Like for when we're doing the multipliers or the effects or the post-run effects. I was gonna, in my head, the way this was gonna work is just on the circuit board. I was gonna have another thing like this that was gonna be the circuit modifiers, and then just when these are getting run, wherever it was here, I maybe even pass them in. And so then the circuit component just use. Oh. Oh, I think we dropped out for a second there. Are we on? I think we're on. Don't know what happened there. Okay. I think we're all good. Yeah, because so the multiplier. So because at the way I've got this set up, if we go to a multiplier thing here, it's responsible for adding the boost to a boost, like a grid cell. So if it is, okay, we're back. Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit. It's gonna be a bit tricky. It's gonna be tricky because just because of the way I've got things set up, it's gonna be tricky to be able to do this. So I almost wonder if instead of doing what I'm doing, these params just have a modifier on them. And then I can handle everywhere that it's being used. Although then it can't do the... this is gross. I don't like this. I don't like this. Unless... Oh, maybe? No. Yeah, this is kind of gross. I think it's only gross because of the way I've got things set up originally. And this was not the intended I hadn't planned for this when I was setting all of this up. But so like cuz so in a multiplier component, when it gets run, it basically like figures out the output that it's going to put into a grid cell, and it puts it into that cell in the circuit boost grid. Where is it? Here. Yeah, Hearn, I think you were expecting me to have set things up nicer. But you're seeing the full spaghetti of the situation right now. Right, so in my head, this wasn't going to be this gross either. Data in, yeah. So yeah, we need to figure out what we're gonna do. This is classic getting stuck at the first hurdle. Right. So I think the real thing that we need to figure out is when and where these things are going to get injected. Because because these things are adding to the grid, and then adds. Unless this has the just trying to figure out how to and where to put everything, because this does not make sense. Though I think the way I've structured things is fine for this scenario, but it has not accounted for anything more complex than this. It might even require like a major refactor to get this to work, which is not something that I want to do right away without giving it some serious thought, you know? That boost is here. So I wonder even if this had access to the... If this function here had access to the modifier grid, so say I had another grid with just the modifier components in it. If it had that, it can do everything for the multiplier components in here. Because if it is just doing something to the input-output, it can just do it up the top here, modify the input-output. And then if it's doing something twice, it can just run this again. So this might be a place to put it all for the multiplier. Potential place for multiplier modifiers. And then on the effect components, where's the best place to do this? Maybe... Because these get passed in a... So when is this getting called? It'll be on the apply output. And so maybe in here... Well, no, it feels like it should be here, doesn't it? I think the multipliers are slightly different because they're affecting multiple cells, whereas this is just where the cell itself is happening. So maybe for the multiplier, sorry, for the effect modifiers, can just go here because I can get this boost cell out first, run it through the modifier, or if it's a double run thing, I just literally do this twice. And same here with the post run. I can't spell at all. Yeah, I think this might be the place to do it. So it would be nice if I could do the multiplier one here as well, just for consistency. But I think that won't work because I would need to basically here recalculate which cells it's outputting to. And so I think I'm better off doing it in that spot down here when we're adding the boost to cells, because that's all multipliers do. All multipliers do is add some boost to the cells, which all run through here. So I think this is the spot for that. And then, yeah, I think this is the spot for the effects is when they're actually being run. Okay. So I think I am going to go for this modify grid, which means I think I can say see you later to this. Where is it? Delete. Get rid of that. We will keep this. I don't know if we will keep this. I think we'll I might have to handle the special case as a special case, which kind of makes sense. Like the parallel circuit, because all of these ones, as I said before, are just modifying the boost value, whereas this one is like a special component. And I think it'll stay that way. I think if I add any more, I can't think of any more off the top of my head that would be added. If you've got any ideas for what these could be, then put them in. But I think these sort of like really special items are fine to be a special case, and these ones will be the usual ones. Like maybe in the future I could envisage these, like having an upgraded version of these sorts of things that have like a higher minimum or maximum, or a lower maximum or a higher minimum. But yeah, this one is like special. So I'm gonna assume that will be the case, and if it's not, then I will have to do another refactor. There could be a lot of refactoring in my near future. Okay, so let's whack these in. Actually, I think we can tick this off. Like that's done, I think. And we're now onto this one. Gaming stream time. Maybe I'll do some more Geoguesser at the end, like I did the other week, because that was fun. And I guess I can. Yeah, let me change this as well to updating circuit board. Okay, so updating the circuit board. So I've sort of kind of already started this by having a circuit modifier grid. So what we can do is when we are, I'm going to start with the effects because I think they're kind of easier. So I'm just going to say straight off the bat. Oh, actually, but how will I know? How will I know if it's the special case? I guess these need like a name and stuff as well. I didn't even set these to private. Okay. Private string name, and I guess a private string description. Oopsie daisy. So I'll have a string name, string description, this dot name equals name, and this dot description equals description. Okay, so I guess we can look at the name, which is kind of gross. But maybe okay, I'll handle the special case later. But for the most part, it'll just be inputting, outputting this boost grid thing. I think okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to assume that these where is it here? Instead of doing all this, I'm going to assume that we're dealing with the input or output of a cell. And then in the case of the special case, I will handle that. I will handle that individually. Fractal block world. Are you talking about Minecraft, or is fractal block world an actual thing? We don't know. We don't know. Float input. Get rid of this as well. Fractal block world is game. I'm going to have to look that up. Fractal block world. Huh. Is this not... Yeah, let's have a look. What are we watching?
This game has a dedicated health-stealing railgun button. You literally hit R for railgun.
What is this?
Yeah.
Alf, what is that? What is that? Oh, and then these don't have to be. These can be the same. Oh, these can all be the same thing then. Oh yeah, this is much nicer. Fractal block world is a game. Play it, don't spray. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna play it. Okay, so I think we have severely simplified this. So modify boost. I don't even think it needs to take in the component. You know what? I think this is just a consumer. Ah, this is so much nicer. Okay. Modify boost, and then this dot modify boost equals, oh my gosh, equals modify boost. Oh, is that from like, what was it, Infinicraft? Is that what it's called? The original Minecraft thing. That was what it's called. So I think this is going to be much simpler if we're just going to assume that most of these. Okay. Here's the assumption I'm going to make. I'm going to assume that these are the components that I am going to be adding. So, as I've said a bajillion times, these ones all just modify the input or output, and only this one is a special case. So I'm going to assume that that is going to be the case, and so that has made this so much nicer and simpler. We just have one consumer that takes in the float. Oh, actually, this needs to be now. What I want to do is make this a function that takes in a float and returns a float. That one. Yes. So it's going to take in the boost, it's going to do something to it, and it's going to return the new boost. And then this will return a float as well, and this will... What is it? How do you... Every single one of these is different. Okay, yeah, apply. Return boost. And so then we can return this. Cool. Okay, good. Yeah, I think this is going to be simpler. Good. So here we can say that the float boost is that boost, and then if modified grid I j is not equal null. And I think you can do a thing now where you can like name this. No, I think that's maybe only if you're checking the class type. Then we can say modified grid ij dot. Why is this not? Oh, that's the wrong thing. That's why. Modifier grid. That's going to be an annoying typo thing to be able to make. So if our modifier grid has a component in it, then we can update the boost by modifying that boost and then passing it in. Yeah, easy. So I can do that as well. And then here we are passing in the boost. I can get rid of that comment too. So this is doing the modifiers. And so both of the effect things already done. So then what we're going to do down here is we're going to have to pass in the circuit modifier grid as well. And then we can say that the boost, if modifier grid at our pos.x, pos.y not equal null, then we can run this modifier as well. And then I will do the checking for this special case soon as well. Okay, so the boost equals that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just try and test this out a bit. So in the circuit modifier, the way I've structured this is not very nice, by the way. At the bottom of like the multiplier component class, why has this got an error? Oh yes, so I'm going to have to sort this out in a sec. Actually, maybe I should sort it out now. So this will need the circuit modifier grid in it as well. And this can go back to being private. Modifier grid, good. And then down here we can pass in the params.modifier grid. Good. So there'll be another error somewhere probably where I need to actually populate that. Maybe I should do that now. Yes, I will do that now. Where is it actually created? Here, yes. Okay, so here as well, we need to pass some stuff through, not a boolean, circuit modifier. Modifier, modifier grid. I don't know why I'm so bad at spelling. Modifier grid equals modifier grid. Cool. So then when we do this, we pass in the modifier grid. Okay, cool. That's not too bad. I think that's... Look, it's not ideal. But I think that's a product of past spaghetti. And leftover spaghetti is still spaghetti. It's still yummy. I think we're just making the best of a bad situation here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a very basic... See, oh yeah, this is what I was saying. Is at the bottom, so all my multiplier components are just like a static definition. Rather than doing like a data file or something, I've just got them in the code. Raw dogging it. Don't hate it. It just is what it is. So I'm going to do the same sort of thing for the circuit modifiers, I think. So I'm going to have a public static circuit modifier, and I'm going to call this one capacitor equals new circuit modifier capacitor, and this will be doubles boost to cell. What did you do, Half? If your code isn't at least slightly Italian, is it really a code base? Exactly. The answer is no. Well, I've also just noticed that my shirt is going slightly see-through with the green screen. I think it's because I've got a big window here that's like just plants, and so all the green light is coming at me from that side and that side. Can't escape the green. How if you abstracted your menu system further, made a pause menu, some cool art. Nice. Have you put that in the Discord? I should have a look at it. Oh, you might have put it in your Discord, didn't you? Here, let me go there. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here. Is it here? Sneak peeks. Oh no, I think that's the I need you should show me in the Discord. I'll have a look. Very secretive. Fair enough. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Okay, so the capacitor, what it's going to do is it's going to take in a boost, and it will return boost times 2. Easy. See how nice is that? That's not so bad. So we can probably bang out a bunch of these and just handle the special. We can do all of these. Halves boost to cell and divide by 2, and probably want to make sure these are floating point just in case. And then we got the high. Can I have it? No, I can't. High pass filter. The description. These descriptions are going to be. They're going to have to be, spruced up a bit in the future. I'm going to have to do a whole pass through all of the text in the other thing is none of this text is translation. None of it. Okay, this game is a bit scuffed. It's a bit scuffed. I'm just going to finish it at some point, and then I'm going to move to an engine, and then I won't have to translation will already be a thing that's implemented in it, and I can just use that rather than trying to roll my own for everything. So yeah, at some point though, I will have to go through all the text in the game and make sure it's good. So the high pass filter, this one makes sure minimum boost of 1, maximum boost of 1, and this is for the low pass. Make sure everything is easy to translate. I think the reality is that nothing will be translated, and this will be sadly an English-only game, and then no one will play it, and that's okay. I kind of just want this game to be testing out, releasing on Steam. Yeah. Game.max 1 and boost. Oh, hang on. It always confuses me. These need to be the other way around. Know how to text. I use JSON files. My game is already able to be translated. Yeah, so if you've already got something to do the translations, I think it makes sense to do them. But I don't want to. I would much rather get this game finished and move on to something else than spend the time trying to make this perfect, because I don't think realistically I can't make it perfect at this point. So I need to cut my losses a bit and just, even if it's super scuffed, just make something that's fun to play, put it out the door, and then move on. And just instead of identifying the things and taking the time to fix them up in this game, I need to identify the things that are wrong with it, make note of them so that I can prove it for next time, but not worry about it in this game. Because this game is, it's already gone on for far too long. Far too long. Yeah, I've done translation stuff in actual jobs and stuff. I didn't think, for whatever reason, I didn't think of it early enough in this, and it's too late. It's too late. Okay, and so then we've got the special case of the parallel circuit. Maybe what we can do is no, I was going to say something stupid. Parallel circuit runs component twice. And this will just return the boost. Now, actually, there's one thing I need to do. These are centered around, I was saying at the start, these are centered around, just be done with the sunk cost. Exactly. I think otherwise you run the risk of actually succumbing to the sunk cost fallacy. Like I've put a lot of effort into this game, but I don't think, I think the reality is that spending the time to make it polished in that regard isn't going to save a game that is fundamentally flawed from the beginning. Like it's just not worth the time and effort to make it perfect from here. So I'm just going to, like, these are all lessons that I've learned because I've done them wrong now. So I've learned all these lessons, and so then I can apply that to the next game and actually make like a next game good from the start, or at least better, not good, better. And I think finishing something, you probably learn more from finishing something than from endlessly working on something. So I'm going to do that as well. Okay, so yes, these boosts here, they are centered around 1. This is actually something that I've been meaning to probably refactor, but I haven't yet. Is that, I think I was explaining this at the start, I think because this is still on. So yeah, this is output. Hang on, I can probably find a better. I have done this somewhere. I need to get lucky in the lottery at the start. This one. So this one here affects strength against all materials at 50%, and this outputs 120. So what this actually means is this outputs 110. Zill, how are you going? Mr. Barnaby Codes, that is I. How's your day going? Yeah, it's going pretty well. I mean, it's 10:30 a.m. here, so it's only really just begun, and I've only really been doing this, and it's been we've hit some interesting points so far, but I think we're sort of on the right track now, which is good. All of the troubles that we've been hitting are my own doing for having complete spaghetti code as well. So, yeah, it's going all right. How's your day going? Hope it's going well. It must be late for you, or very, very early morning. Because I think you're in Europe, aren't you? So it might be like very early morning or very late night. But yeah, so this thing here, I'll look at how this calculation is done because I can't really remember. Because I don't think it's as simple as subtracting 1 and then doing it. I'm in Brisbane, which is on the east coast of Australia. Here, I can do I'll draw a nice map for you, just for fun. That is oh my god, that is terrible. Can't forget Tasmania. People always forget Tasmania, but I can't forget Tasmania. So Queensland's like here. Also, this is really bad. I think this is too bad. It's more like, no, that's bad as well. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should give up. Yeah, I think it's more like that, isn't it? Yeah, that's better. That's better. Then Tassie's like a little triangle down the bottom. There's Queensland, and Melbourne and Victoria's like here, and ACT is like no. I don't know what I'm I don't even know where our states are. And there's the Northern Territory is like there, and then there's South. Yeah. So Brisbane is like here in Australia. And then the big ones are like Sydney and Melbourne. But I'm here. Yeah. There you go. The geography lesson you didn't know you needed. All right. So yes, this is what I need to get at. So when I'm doubling a boost, because this is outputting 120, I don't want it to be doubled to be 240. I want it to be doubled to be 140 because it's the 20% above the 100 that I want. And similarly, let's see if I can get the lottery. Actually, this one might just work for demonstration purposes. So this one here can go between 60% and 150. So when I'm drilling straight down, it's outputting 150. So doubling it shouldn't be 3, it should be 2 because it's the bit above the 1. But then similarly, if I'm drilling straight up and it's outputting 60%, when that gets doubled, I want it to be double the difference from 1. So it should be, this is minus 40%, so it should be minus 80%, so it should be outputting 20%. Does that make sense? Basically, I need to do that. Actually, maybe it is as simple as subtracting 1. Let me have a look. The strength component. Yeah, it is. It is as simple as subtracting 1 and then adding 1. Cool. That's good. That's good. So we want to do boost minus 1 times 2 plus 1. And that way we are centered again around the 100% mark, and this will be divided by 2. Cool. Okay, so we've got some modifiers to play with. The other thing now that we need to do is that the grid that I've got set up, can get rid of Australia. Sorry, Australia. The grid that I've got set up to hold the modifiers is currently, I think it's actually it's completely uninitialized. So we need to initialize it, but then also if you upgrade your grid cell to be bigger, we need to make sure that we keep the components in there. Okay, so to do that, let's just find out where the component grid is used. Okay, yes. So we want our modifier grid equals new circuit modifier with the width and height. Oopsie daisy. And then there was somewhere else. I think when we upgrade the width, yeah, component grid equals copy grid. So I'm going to have to do a similar thing. Why have I got this to be returning? Like, this could be static. I'm going to do, I'm going to make this upgrade grid, and it will not return anything. And that way it can do the modifiers and the components at the same time. Yeah. So this will just make sure that when you upgrade your grid, you don't lose all your components. So then what was that original one called? And why did I accidentally duplicate that? It was called copy grid, wasn't it? Copy grid. And we're going to make this void, and this will be upgrade grid. Up. Oh my goodness gracious. My typing accuracy is terrible. So just at the end here, we can say that the component grid equals the new grid, and then we can do a similar thing for the circuit modifier grid. So this is new component grid, and this is, actually, I will do this. New, I should be able to refactor this. Oh. Okay, currents. New comp grid and new mod grid is a new circuit modifier grid width and height. Good. Okay, so then we go through the grid and we say that new mod grid ij. So basically we're just going through the old grid and copying in the new modifier grid ij. Copying in the components so that they don't get lost if you upgrade the size of your circuit component, your circuit board rather. Okay, so then this will be the modifier grid is the new mod grid. And that should handle that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to hard code in. So modifier grid 0, 0 equals circuit modifier dot. We'll do the capacitor. Why doesn't it like that? Oh, again, it's doing the wrong. Okay, yeah, cool. So now let's rerun this and we'll see if our grid is getting modified by the capacitor. Unfortunately, I don't have any way of knowing if it's actually in there. But we'll see. Oh, this will be a good test as well. Don't need to go in there. Okay, so I think it was, this cell here, 0, 0, should be doubling it. Okay, so that is correct. Why does it cap out at 50? Oh, because I've also got a thing in here. I need to make this displayed somewhere. I think it's in here. There's a maximum multiplier, which starts off as 2, and you can like increase the power of your grid over time. And so this caps it so that your maximum multiplier will be 2, but also your minimum will be 1 over this number. So your minimum, it can go as 50%. So this is actually, I think, working correctly. But if we put it in this one, we should see that it goes between its normal values. Hell yeah. Cool. All right, I think we're kind of getting somewhere. Because this is now doubled. Yes. Good. All right. So we've actually kind of already also... So we've done... I keep changing color. We've done this. And we sort of like half done this. We just need to make it handle the special case. And I think because of the way I've done this, where it has a modifying thing in there, I can just leave them as is. And then, hang on, I can do, where is it? In the circuit. When we actually use these, we can say, I'm trying to think the best way to do this possibly is, maybe I need like no, I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm going to have to, because down here, sorry, the effect ones are kind of straightforward because there's just a one line, like run it again. Whereas down here, when we're doing the multipliers, because they output to multiple cells, or they can output to multiple cells, I have to go through this twice. So basically I want to put like a for loop around this whole chunk. Literally just like for int I equals 0, I is less than num, I plus plus, and that num will be set based on whether it's the parallel component. So int num equals, it will, what the heck? Oh, because it thinks it's the same thing. Sorry, getting completely sidetracked. So this will default to 1, and then if the modified grid, you know what? I'm gonna extract this because this is getting annoying. Circuit modifier mod equals that. So then if the mod is not null, then we want to use that mod. And then if as well, inside the not null thing, if the mod, I'll have to add this getter. If the mod name equals, or actually no, I can probably do if mod equals for the moment. If it's that, then num equals 2. Yeah, and then this will just run twice. It's kind of annoying It'd be kind of nice to be able to just run this twice. Which I guess would be possible because that's just here. Maybe I should do it here instead. Yeah, maybe I should do it here. And then I can just change this before it gets passed in. I will have to think about this. My chat has done this thing again. Sorry. Zill, yeah, it's 1 a.m. Bloody hell. Watched some chess, took a nap. Nice. Sounds like a good day. I figured it was either North, New South Wales, West, or West, because Queensland doesn't do... Yeah, daylight... Oh, true, daylight savings, yeah. Forgot about daylight savings. I hear Tasmania has devils. I honestly think that the whole Australia dangerous animal thing is so overblown, because it's like you go to America or other places, they got like bears and shit and like wolves, and like we've just got like snakes and spiders. I would so much rather be in a forest with a snake than with a bear. And yeah, the Tassie devils are really cute. Here, let me whip up a picture. Although they've got this like... Actually, they're not as cute. They're not as cute as I thought they were. I think their little fangs are a bit scary. But they're really small. But they're getting wiped out a little bit because there's some like yeah, they've got this rare type of cancer. This actually is probably a bit grim. Sorry, I won't. That's too grim to show. But they've got this face cancer thing, and I think it's like the only cancer that it's like transmissible somehow between them. It's really weird. I think people are kind of freaked out by it, which is fair enough. Let me just look at it not on the stream because it's kind of probably too gross to show. I'm sorry that I showed it already. I wasn't thinking. I was on images. Silly. But I'm fairly sure... yeah, that it's like transmissible, which is kind of freaky. Oh, some populations have become resistant. Oh, that's so good to hear. Arachnophobia, yeah. Although there's not that many spiders. I don't know. I guess I probably haven't lived in somewhere else that has a normal number of spiders to actually be able to know that. But I don't feel like there's that many spiders. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's that many. Okay, so one thing, sorry, getting back on topic a little bit. One thing that I was just thinking of then is, so in our circuit, I've got this capped boost thing here, which I will need to... So this is the thing that caps it between one on the max mult and the max mult. So I'm going to have to do that here as well. Make sure that it's capped. Not there in the effects. So I'm going to have to throw this around here like that. I love spiders when they're cute and trapped in Australia, otherwise they're awful. Yeah. Fair cop. Okay. So then might do the same. Okay, I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did down here. All of this nonsense. I'm going to copy that up here. And actually I can move that into here. Do that. Oh, but that only does it if it's not null. Yeah, so that actually will not work. Just move that up here. Okay. So I'm going to just copy all of this up here. And paste that in there. And then do... Doesn't really make sense to do a for loop. But... oh well. Already got an I, that's okay. I'm going to call this instead. I've already got a J as well, so I guess it will become a K. Cool. All right. And then I can put that in the post run as well. Oh, one too many lines disappeared there. Okay. And I think that's kind of the functionality done. So that's good. Now it'll just be like the visual stuff, which is the fun stuff, kind of. It's annoying to program, but it's fun to look at. My muscle memory always takes me into the Astro Belt, even though I don't need to. Oh, I should actually put in some different... So, okay. So I think I was going to say I should put in some different things to test, but I think actually what I need to do is work on the UI a bit so that I can see what's going on. I love spiders too. We don't kill them. We give them names and stuff. It's cute. Yeah. Definitely get the flight response for sure when you first see one. We often get like the huntsman spiders, which are a scary name, but they're actually super chill. Huntsman spider. I don't know if they're pretty scary looking, and they get pretty big. But I'm fairly sure they're chill. Like I've never seen one that big, but they always just like chill out in. They always find a way into the house, and so, yeah, they're big ones, and they definitely get your heart rate up when you first see one. But I think they're pretty good. I think they like get rid of other pests, so it's good. It's good. But they certainly like when you first see one, you're like, oh shit. All right. Oh, Ants Canada. I used to watch him. That's such a throwback. Because he always had those big terrariums with like the... It'd always be like, my ants went to war. They were fun though. I did enjoy those videos. I haven't watched one for a long time though. Okay, so what we need to do is now we need to get these things in here. I can actually... For some reason, my Z key sometimes double clicks. I need to investigate what's going on in my keyboard, but so sometimes it accidentally undoes twice. Okay, so the description. This can be updated now to be pick and place or something like that. I don't know. No, that feels wrong. Circuit modifier UI. Okay. Got a double terrarium now. Each one big enough to comfortable. 5 people. Oh my god. That's crazy. That's so much space. That's wild. Okay, so we need to... Okay, we're gonna... If I break this down a bit more, what we need to do is we need to update the current drill like circuit board screen to use this version of the thing, and then we need to put these in place when we're displaying the circuit board as well. So that will be interesting. Okay, so I think I've actually, as you've seen, I have got... Where is it? Assets, textures, drill. I've already got some new artwork for it, so I am going to delete them and rename this. And that should update in here. Now, the problem will be that the new sprite is bigger to give room to this new thing. So it's going to be a bit wackadoodle. So we're going to have to fix that first, and then we can work on the other stuff and actually show, yeah. Okay. Where do I do this? It'll be, I guess, in the drill setup screen. I should probably put this all in a... Yeah, I should probably put this all in a routine. So I'm gonna need like a public static int cell size equals, how big is this new thing? 80 by 80. That's a very random size. I think it's because I kept the original 64 by 64 thing and then just goofed on a bit of space. Right. I'll just type that in. That's a bit weird. Sorry, catching up. You know what else I love? Game makering. Hell yeah. Yeah. Game making is fun. It is fun. Had a hot chocolate and a honey bun. Very nice. I had a cup of tea and some banana bread this morning. It was very nice. Every time... Okay, so in last week's stream, we discovered that Half had 400 eggs. But another unknown fact about Half is that, like, a couple of months ago, he had a bajillion bananas. And so now every time I have bananas, I think about that. But I don't have that many bananas, but I often make them into banana bread, and they're very yummy. Bunch of camel facts on Discord. Let me have a look at these. Did you know camels live just about everywhere? I did know that they were in Australia. They came from North America? No way. That's crazy. Huh. I had no idea. That's very, very neat. I'll read them all properly at some point. Those are some very fascinating facts. I honestly have never thought about where camels came from, but in my head, they're just like really associated with like Egypt, but apparently not. That's really cool. Okay, so for this, we are going to have to change this. And that might honestly do a fair chunk of it, but I'm going to have to, there's going to be some offsets and stuff that are going to be wrong. So I will have to figure this out. Probably visually is best. Okay, so that now looks correctly spaced. And so yeah, it'll be the offsets now inside these cells. Oh, that's another thing that I'm going to have to update. Ugh. Okay. They walked over the land bridge. Damn, that is a long way to walk. That is a long way to walk. Okay, so yes, these offsets are wonky doodles. And yeah, everything is busted. Okay. Maybe the easiest way would be to update all these graphics to be 80 by 80s. Oh, sorry, Half. I didn't mean to tell everyone about your bananas and eggs. Half did not have any bananas or eggs. He's never eaten an egg or a banana, and he's never even seen one. So, only I have eaten bananas. Half has never seen one in his life. Okay. So these are all. Oh yeah. So this is all just gonna have to be updated, I think. But so when we draw the display part, this is gonna have to be with an offset as well. Oopsie daisy. And how much will that offset be? It will be. This is 80. 64 is 16 divided by 2. Oh, it's just theme.margin 0. Cool. I did know that Australia had a shitload of camels. That is quite funny, though. I guess we've got a big old desert in the middle that's probably perfect for them, and not a lot of people there to cull them, I suppose. Okay, let's have a look at how this is going. Get in here, have a look-see. Oh, it's like a pixel. It's a couple pixels off for some reason. My maths is very bad, apparently. Let's see. I think that's 2 pixels off. Oh, actually, no. I think it's because. Try it like that. Try it like that. I'm sure there would be. I'll see if I can find one. Camels with kangaroos. I'm sure there must be heaps. Here we go. Well, there are some that are not photos, but there are some that are photos. Gee, that doesn't look very sanitary. But there you go. Some camels and kangaroos. Camels in Australia outback. Thought there'd be more kangaroos here. They probably honestly compete for the same grass and stuff. Okay, let's have a look. There we go. That's... Alright, I'm going to have to update that graphic that shows you which way things are outputting. Because it's getting split at the moment. But that's good. That is good. We got that bit done. So now we need to... Oh, but I think the drop locations are out of whack. Let's see. Let's have a look-see. You wouldn't French kiss a camel. Why not? Mate, they look so friendly. No, I would not French kiss one either. Actually, I had a very bad experience with a camel in primary school, or I guess that's elementary school for you Americans. Basically, we had like some fair thing on at the school oval, and they were doing camel rides around the outside of the oval. And so I was like, yeah, let's go on a camel ride. So I went up on it, and getting up when the camel stands up. I don't know if any of you have ridden a camel before, but it's like this really weird motion because their legs are so long, and they go like back legs first and then front legs, and so you get like leant all the way forwards and then all the way back as they stand up. And so that was kind of freaky. I was like, I don't know how old I would have been, probably like 7 or 8 or something. This massive camel stands up, get up. I was like a bit freaked out by just the way it stands up. And we do the lap of the oval, and I was like, yeah, it was actually kind of fun. There's like, you're so high up, you get a cool view of everything. And then all of a sudden, this camel just starts bucking. And I think the people leading it had no idea what was going on, and it just started going. And the seats that they had on top of the camel had this like metal bar right in the middle. And so I got like thrown into the metal bar, and I just remember being so winded on this camel, and I couldn't breathe properly because the bar had gone like straight into my gut. And then somehow they eventually like got it under control, and they had to come bring it back down again. for us to get off. And it had to do the same thing again where it goes front legs first. And so I got thrown again into the bar as it came down, and I was not ready for it. So I got double gut punched basically by a camel. Yeah, it's a legit camel story. I would ride a camel again now. I think it was just because I was really small. I was just getting thrown about on top of this thing. But it did like buck. It was weird. I don't know. This is so long ago. This is probably like 20 years ago. I don't really recall exactly. I just remember so distinctly being winded on top of a camel because the bar of the chair just like slugged me in the gut. So yeah, there's a little camel anecdote for you. I would ride one again, but I have been scarred by that, not gonna lie. Okay, what were we doing? Sorry, I got so into that camel story. Gotta remember what was going on. I think the drag positions were off, weren't they? Or like the drop. It seems alright. See, like out here, I think the drop positions are slightly off. I would ride a camel. Would you? Would you ride a camel? If you had the opportunity, would you ride a camel? That's the question. Because I think I would, but I would have to be, I don't know. It would have to be like a nice, calm camel. But I don't know how you tell beforehand, because this camel hadn't done anything beforehand to indicate that it was going to go bucking wild on me. But anyway, that's all in the past now. It's all in the past. Okay, so let's have a look-see. There's something weird going on here. Mouse release. This is what we want. Selected component dimensions. What is this? I have no memory of this variable. You've ridden a horse, no wink. I think I've ridden a horse. Be weird if I'd ridden a camel and not a horse. I think I did it like a school camp a long time ago. Okay. Oh. Yeah, okay, I don't think I actually want this. Yeah, I don't want that. Okay, so this is okay. Yeah. This is what I want. If hover part, yeah. Okay, so I think this is the issue: is that the hover part is not being set properly. Yes. Here we go. There we go. No, that's also wrong. Still. Hover part equals. Here we go. No. We'll get there. We'll get there eventually. Yes. This is what we want. This is what we want. There we go. Okay, cool. Let me catch up. School daycare event. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've ridden a horse. Okay, let's see. This is looking better. Ish. No, it's not. It's kind of snapping correctly, but also kind of not. See, like, if I'm... I can't pick it up either. If I'm out here, I would expect it to go into this one. There's definitely something cooked going on. So again, this probably needs to be all updated by cell size. Yes. I think there's a lot of things that are on the old component. Maybe I should have just updated the component size. Probably make more sense. But then everything's way more bloated. Half's going off in the chat. maybe those daycare events were very formative for you, Half. Okay, comp size. Is this? No, I don't really know what I'm trying to fix here. I think maybe I've fixed it, but we'll have a look. Things are just like slightly off because I've changed the size of the board component, and so it's like things are slightly whack. See, like if I drop it there, it should snap. So at what point? So that border seems to be correct. What about here? That's correct as well. It just seems like this right-hand edge. For some reason, you got to get it like bang on. Don't know what's going on there. Because these left ones seem to be correct. It's unlimited access to the internet. Fair enough. That'll do that to you. All right. There's definitely something wackadoodle going on. So when I drop, the drop is doing something wrong. Because the drop position is just the mouse component. So maybe here, let me just print out constantly what the mouse component is. Game.print line mouse cell.x mouse cell.y. And we can try and figure out what is going on. Because there's something wrong with the sizing going on here. No, don't want to go in there. Oh, I can't see the... Okay. So it must be... It clicks over to... Maybe I'm just being inaccurate with my... Like, that should pick that up, I think. So if I'm there, why doesn't it drop it there? I think there must be something else going on. There must be something else going on. Probably in there's like this finalizing the drag and drop thing. Complete drag. Yeah, so this is the problem. Again. Because of the sizing. Very fun. Very fun. Hopefully that's the only spot. I think that'll be the only spot. No, here as well. There we go. I think that's got it. I think that's got it. And we will test it out and see. It might not be the only spot, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay. I'm so confident I'm going full screen mode. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're on. Okay, cool. That is working, except for this little arrow graphic, but I'll fix that later. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to display anything that is in these positions here. So I think, did I leave in my hacked in? Yes, okay, cool. Can I ping everyone for funsies? I don't think I'm going to do that. Yeah, I don't think I will not be doing that. I will not be pinging everyone for funsies. What I will be doing is I will be drawing in these icons in their spots here. So I'll need to figure out where that is to be drawn. But for the moment, let me actually do some drawing. So here, when we are drawing stuff, we also want to um, let me see. I might put it here. What is this? Oh yeah, that's drawing it at the mouse position. I think that's all good. All right, so I'm just gonna do it here, and we're just gonna see what happens. So we got a circuit modifier mod equals drill dot circuit dot. I'm gonna have to do a get modifier for this position, which is gonna be the same as this get component. And I'll need a setter as well, so I may as well copy that. And we'll make these circuit modifier, modifier grid. Why doesn't it like that? Oh, I didn't rename it. Get modifier, and then set modifier. Oh yeah, so this sort of helps with the swapping stuff, but I guess I will need it. Circuit component will not be a circuit component, it will be a circuit modifier at the pos, and I'm gonna rename this to be mod. Actually, I should do that the correct way. And this will be the modifier grid. And this will be a circuit modifier get modifier. Cool. Okay, so that will be the setter and getter for our new modifiers. And so then we can get the modifier. Did I make it private or something? I didn't spell it correctly is what happened. We get that modifier. And then we say if mod does not equal null, we will want to get that sprite. So that will be the sprite loader dot get sprite. And this will be sprite loader dot create name. So it will be drill. Actually, I can. Yes, I do want to do it this way. So drill circuit, and then the mod dot get name. Oh, I haven't made that getter yet. So we'll want a getter for the name and the description, I think. So a public string get name, turn this dot name, and then a public string get description that returns, oh gosh, this dot description. Very good. So we get the name, and that should get us our sprite, and then we can draw it dot image, and we'll have to figure out where we're drawing this. Part pos.x, part pos.y. I'm just going to draw it there for the moment, and then we can figure out how we need to offset it to make it show up where it's meant to show up on the little circuit traces. Okay. Something is going wrong. Let's put it in here. Okay, so we get one. And where is the modifier? What did I call it? Mod. Capacitor. Did I not name it that? I did. Capacitor. And I even spelt it the same. Do we get the sprite? We get a sprite. Whether it's the sprite or not is unknown. And am I drawing it at the right time? I think so. Is this part pos where I expect it to be? Yes. Oh, I see. I'm drawing it onto the wrong thing. Cool. Okay, let's retry that. And I am anticipating this will be in completely the wrong spot because I think it'll draw it up here. So we'll need to figure out the offset. Yeah, I'm going to open up like... Oh, I've whacked that in there. So how far do I have to move this down to here? What is this position? It's going to be something weird, isn't it? Where's my mouse coordinates? There. 2259. Okay. I'm just gonna try doing this, and we'll see if that works. And in the meantime, let's whip open the game and have a look what it actually looks like. See if we're actually getting it drawn. We are. That's good. Okay, that at least is good. It's just in completely the wrong spot. So let's try rerunning that. I can also get rid of the bit where I'm spamming the chat with... Not the chat. There we go. Alright, let's have a look-see. Oh, look at that. Bang on. Perfect. Very good. Okay, let me just see if my chat is up to date. No, it's not. I left for 5 minutes and came back down. You want to be a manatee? I think if I was to be any animal, I would be a wedge-tailed eagle because they are sick. And like flying would be oh so nice. Okay, so oh, that's actually an issue, isn't it? The arrows are going to be completely hidden by these components. Why does that? Okay. So for some reason, the capacitor disappears when we pick up the component. I suspect that I'm completely skipping this if I am dragging. Commission a fursona. That sounds cool. I'll be honest, I have a vague idea what a fursona is, but I don't really know what that entails. But I will show you a wedge-tailed eagle because they're sick. Look at these things. Oh. Not gonna lie, so much cooler than a bald eagle. I'm sorry, Americans, but it's the truth. These things are massive. Look at the size of that thing. And I know size isn't everything, but that wingspan is impressive. It's genuinely like bigger than my wingspan. I think they get like over 2 meters, which I don't know what that is in the old money. Let's see. Where's the wingspan? I'm sure they'll have it in freedom units here. Here we go. 9 feet. Oh, that's crazy. Man, wedge-tailed eagles are the shit. Right. So what was I doing? Oh yeah. So I think I've got a thing in here where I don't draw a component if it's being dragged, and yes, here. So I probably want to whack this up here. Like that. Such that it gets drawn before the drag component. But then if this... So I'm gonna have to do some funky stuff here because this dragging stuff is because I want to be able to drag these in and out as well. The dragging stuff is really annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Dragging stuff. I might not get to that today because I'm gonna get too upset. Why did I go in here? Don't know. But yeah, because I'm gonna have to be able to drag. I'm thinking down here in this section of the screen here is where all your extra components will go, and you'll be able to like drag and drop them in here. But yes, dragging and dropping them is going to be annoying. But yeah, okay, that's fixed the issue where dragging the component in that cell makes it disappear. Good. Good. We might have to make it then actually that these are more precise, at least in the picking up of the part. Because if they have this here, when I click here and drag, it does pick up that component, but I'll actually want it to pick up the little extra thing. And then, yeah. So I might need to make the clicking and dragging more precise, but the dropping should still be generous. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Okay, let me just try this out in game actually, because interesting. Why is that not? Oh no, that is doubling it, because this is 50% of that should be 10%, but then it gets doubled again, so it's actually 20%. So let me try this out in game. Oh, the other thing is we are not going to be showing it. Oh, this is a trash asteroid. I didn't look properly in the asteroid belt. Serves me right. So yeah, this is the other thing, is that these bars cover up any extra components. So maybe I need to put it in the tooltip. Oh, this is something fun that I've added since you've probably seen it last. If I go in here, it'll like magnets me into position. So that's fun. Anyway, yeah, it seems. I mean that is working. I believe. I think we probably need to test it with something a bit more obvious to be able to tell definitively whether it's working or not. Because strength is sort of something that you sort of have to just take on faith that it's stronger. Like, it should be faster, but I don't know how long it usually takes to drill out this stuff. I don't know, man. Men making games is a huge ick. Fair cop. Fair cop. Alright. Can't afford anything. That's fine. Where are we going? To the merchant. Oh, so this is another little thing. I've been trying to upgrade some of these screens to be a bit more interesting. I can't afford anything here as well, either. Brim. Hard asteroid. Oh. I'm going to go to the hard one. Even though it's going to be harder. Obviously. Because those gems are worth a lot. 11 inequalities per gem. So I'm going to go there, and then hopefully I can afford something at the merchant. Let's see. So this is now just me playing my game. Alright, there's a good cluster of gems there. It might be doable. I think that's probably the best bet, because I can probably get them all, and I might be able to sneak down this tunnel to get there easier. Oopsie daisy. Okay. Yes. Good. Hopefully this should give me some money to be able to upgrade some parts. Good. We're nearly in the positive. We are running out of air rapidly though. I really need to balance all this stuff. Alright, can I get a little bit more? Or am I gonna run out of air? Gotta go fast. There we go. Alright, so we made a bit. Maybe getting the oxygen one would make sense, but I don't have anything to downgrade it with. You know? But I think we're going to the merchant. Cool. So hopefully... Oh no. Oh no, that would have been perfect. I could get... No. Rock strength is... I might get this, because then I can use it with the oxygen one, so that when I'm drilling down, the oxygen is getting... Yeah. So that way, when I'm drilling down, the oxygen's getting wrecked. Yeah, so then it should save me. But then if I am drilling up, it's going to be bad. But just don't drill up. It's the opposite of Minecraft. Never drill up. Alright, where are we going? Whenever I'm on this screen, I always like tilt my head like crazy to see where I'm going. And it doesn't make any sense, because I could just wait and it would rotate around for me. Alright. So, okay, this is the problem, is when I start drilling sideways... Actually, sideways should be like neutral, so it should be all good, but drilling down should save me a bunch of oxygen. How are we going? We're not going well. That is for sure. We need a lot more money. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting somewhere. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. We're literally gonna leave here with like $100. Oh no. That was poor. That was poor from me. Okay. Oh no. That is such a good one. But I can't get it. And I don't have going to the mechanic doesn't make any sense either because I'm not gonna have enough money to upgrade anything. This has not been good. This has been a bad run. A very bad run. Where are we going? I think I've been going for gems and stuff that are a bit too deep for my current drill power level, and that's like kneecapped me in terms of progress. There's only like one good surface area one, but it's so far from everything else. Guess that's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. But I won't be able to get that deep either. I think this run is dead. Maybe I go through here. At least we're in powder this time. Should make things faster. Okay. We can maybe make this work. Top 1 player? Yeah. There are people playing the playtest on Steam. I don't think anyone's posted in the Discord about playing it for a long time though, so I suspect, because I haven't updated the Steam playtest in a long time. Oh no, we're gonna die here, guys. Oh no. Oh no! Terrible. How'd we do? Not very well. Okay, right, so I think the next thing to do will be like the dragging and dropping, which is not a fun thing to do at all. So maybe I'll just play the game for a bit and give myself some like cracked... I'll just... So that time I had a capacitor. So let me try playing with like a... Let me see if the parallel circuit one works. And we can see how that one works, because that should be at least a little bit interesting, because it should do everything twice, which is actually kind of OP now that I think about it. Let's do this one. Start with something different. Okay. I must have called this something else. Repeater. That's too Minecrafty, isn't it? But actually, it's a much better name. Yeah, I'm going to change it. Repeater. Should have done this. I always forget to use the IDE for what it's meant for. All right, let's try that. Because now I should have the right icon in. Alright, what do we want? I'll do the same one again, although... Oh my god, that is such a... It's smaller, I guess, but it's way more powerful. I gotta go for this one. And then this one should do the size twice. Interesting. Does that make sense? Let's see. I think it does. Oh yeah, because 12 times... Yeah, that does make sense. I think. Yeah, cool. All right, that is working, and we got the repeater on there. Good. Where do we want to go? I think maybe... Oh, this one's got rock as the outer shell, though. So I might go to this one. Oh, but then we can't go to the mechanic. I'm going to go this one, and then I'm going to hit up the shops all in a row. I used to be friends with a big shot game designer who worked at Digital Anvil, and he was always harping on about how some devs don't playtest their own games enough. Yeah, I need to do more, to be honest, but I do somewhat frequently actually just play the game, and then I always come out of it with like a massive list of shit that needs to be improved because there's a lot that needs to be improved. I think I'm going to update the playtest very soon because I want to finish this feature off, and then there's one more feature that I want to add, which is going to be some like random events that happen on your asteroid. So things like I was brainstorming a few. I might actually just whip them up, and you can give me some feedback, which is always nice. But it would be things like environmental things. So hang on, let me just get it up here. So I was thinking, yeah, adding some events. So things like a storm, so the fog reappears and stuff. Electromagnetic interference, which could change the maximum power of your drill, like of your circuit board and stuff. Things like that. Oxygen usage increasing because the atmosphere is thin or something. There's a bunch of different ideas. So I'm going to spice it up so that there's a bit more going on each asteroid than there is currently. Because at the moment it's just you and the resources and the mining, whereas this will add in a bit of spice. Oh my god, this is already so much more OP than anything I had last run. I think size is like the ultimate boost for the drill. Yes, I do use Notion. I use it a lot. I haven't like done a whole bunch of customization stuff. I use it, I think, in a very basic way, but it's handy for just like smashing everything down somewhere. Oh my god, yeah. So I've already got so much money compared to last time. I think I just was a lot more intentional about how I was doing it. Right. No, I haven't touched the AI stuff in it either. I don't know what I would use it for. I'm sure there's a use case, but like most of the time it's just me writing stuff down that I've already thought of, so there's no need. All right, so that was pretty successful. We got some funds. We can do some bits and bobs. None of this is very useful. The zoom effect is so goofy. This is such a stupid... Okay, we're going to a hard asteroid. I won't put it in yet, but it's such a goofy one. Use it in a very basic way as well. Yeah. I think, for the most part, like, I've honestly thought about sort of ditching Notion and just going to like a notepad that's on Git so I can sync it across different things. Because Notion's, it's sometimes a bit slow and it's a bit annoying sometimes to do things in the Notion way, and sometimes all I need is just like a notepad. I don't know. I think I'll probably stick with Notion just because it's easy, but I kind of want something even simpler, to be honest. I think before too long we'll be able to head deep into the asteroid, I think. In fact, oh, I threw that way too far away. Because we're in a pretty good shape here, I'm not gonna lie. We've got some... I think we lucked out with the drill bit and the starting components. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that one's good. Oh, that is a good... Well, actually, it's not that good. I don't know if that's worth it. I think this is worth, though, maybe. Like the cloud aspect, don't want to maintain my own data. Yeah. I was thinking of just using Git to basically do the cloud stuff, and then you just make like some really basic wrapper app that can just like push and pull to keep things up to date. I do like having a phone app though for it, so that if I'm like on the go and I think of something, I can just quickly jot it down. Okay, so we're gonna swap this out. Oh, that should be capped. Gonna have to look into that because it's getting run twice. Actually, no, I think that's I don't know. I think that's okay, maybe, because the input is still only 2, but it's just getting run twice, so the actual buff that we're receiving is double. Nah, I don't want to run my own server either. Seems not fun. Oh, I did not think about this. Okay. Oh, that's good. Powder and rock. Oh, that's also good. 6.3, 7.9. So that's way stronger. But your buff is against gem, whereas this one's buff is against powder and rock, which is way more useful. So I think I'm going to get that. And then I'm going to buy this in case I get an oxygen thing. Do we want to go to the mechanic? Yeah, we do. I think. Okay, let's go to the mechanic. So I did a bit of thing. Okay, this needs a lot of work as well. But I did a bit of something with being able to upgrade the strength of your bits as well. So like you could always upgrade the size, but you can now upgrade like the buffs and stuff as well. Okay, these probably need to be priced up a lot more. Oops, why is that? I don't think that should be able to be moved yet. Anyway, yeah, this needs a lot of work because it's not really very pretty to look at. But what we might want to do, these are kind of spinning. Do I want to do that? Reduce the base amount of air consumed by the drill by 20. Yeah, and that they're both good. I don't know if I need a bigger thing yet, and sometimes that can be, if you do it too early, it can be bad. I'm not going to upgrade this at all either, I don't think. Do I want these as well? I think I just want this one for the moment. I need to make it... Some of these upgrades are available too early on before something's been unlocked, so I need to hide them as well. That's all good. We're going to a hard asteroid. Okay, good. Let's go. Oh, I hope did I update? Did I choose the right drill bit? We'll find out. Whoa, okay. Yeah, okay, this is a bit goofy. I guess we are absolutely maxing out the size, but this seems, because it's getting run twice, this seems a bit overpowered. At least though, I think I buffed how strong the core material is, so it should take me a little while to get through it at least. Oh, it wasn't that long. Might need to increase that even more, because this drill bit should not be that fast getting through it, I don't think. I really just want to get something fun so that I can put in the zoom effect so I can show you that, because it's goofy as hell. That is good. Let's go to the merchant. I don't know if I've shown on stream yet the first boss, but the first boss is not very good. As in, it needs work. Okay, so this should be fun. Put the zoom in here. Realistic sized planets. That would be cool. That would be cool. Here, I'll let you read this. Or maybe I should read it. This all needs a lot of work, by the way. A Star Mining Co. cargo vessel has recently crashed on an asteroid in your sector. The ship was carrying some very important cargo. We require you to go to the crash zone and retrieve the flight computer so we can figure out what happened to the packages. This mission is vital to Star Mining Co., so failure will not be tolerated. Do not let us down. Classic corporate messaging. Okay, let's go to the boss. This needs, as I say, needs a lot of work. I can't remember if I've shown this or not yet, but basically there's a crashed ship, and there should be somewhere deep inside it. Oh, I can just make it out there. I'm going to zoom in. If I don't zoom out, yell. But just there, you can make out a little marker. I need to make this more obvious in the UI so that you know that that's what you're actually aiming for. Now, because of the way the ship has landed, there's damaged bits of the terrain here, so I can... Forgot how massive my... Oh, I forgot that I got the zoom thing as well. See how goofy this is? For some reason, my fog shader also moves with the zoom. But isn't that fun? Anyway. Oh, it's actually really annoying being this zoomed in. But I can zoom out to have a look at where I'm going. Over this way. There we go. See, there's no feedback to know that you've gotten to the goal, which is bad. So I need to update that. Basically, the bosses need a lot of work. There we go. That should. And the other problem is, like, I think I need to reduce how much money you get from the core, or at least maybe increase how hard it is to get to the core. Yeah, sorry about this. I think because I'll stop going so rapidly between the two. Zoomed in and zoomed out. Go nice and slow. It is kind of fun being zoomed out. And it is also kind of fun being zoomed in. Can't remember, there was someone, it might have even been Yuzil, saying that it should probably be more zoomed in to begin with. Because it felt like there was a lot of empty space. This might be too zoomed in, but I don't know. But yeah, once you get to the core, it's way too easy, I think, to just you get so rich very quickly. Okay, so what bomb do I want? The fog bomb is very useful, and the terrain bomb is probably the air bomb. I might need to refactor it a bit. I'm going to do the terrain bomb to try and make it useful. Because at its lowest level, it's not very useful. Good job on locating and retrieving the cargo ship flight computer. We can use the information on the flight computer to predict where lost packages are located. You will now be required to collect any missing parts you come across for Star Mining Co. Failure to collect the parts will incur financial penalty. You will be monitored. Wasn't me... Still getting to grips with the game. Ah, true. Yeah. The game is... It's in a state. And it is one of the games of all time. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the zoom effect thing because that's just silly. Now, here's something we can test out. Does the full row... How does this work with the oxygen? Yeah, it does. It halves it twice. That's good. That is good. So now I'll be able to mine for basically ever, and this will still... Okay, this is good. We're in a very good position. Yeah, I can't remember... Sorry, I don't know why I thought it was you. There was someone saying the other day, I can't remember who it was, that it should probably be more zoomed in by default. Okay, we're going to be super duper overpowered now. Because, Oh, did I accidentally change the drill bit? Oh, no, it's just not getting affected by the capacitor anymore. See, that's the power of the capacitor. There's still a crazy overpowered drill bit. Actually, now, one thing I need everyone to help me with is the drill bits at the moment. Hang on, I've probably got enough money that I can just leave this asteroid. Oh, gee, that's a good drill bit. Gonna get that. So the drill bits at the moment, as you can see, they can have... I need to upgrade these tooltips as well so that they show the icon of the material. But they can have buffs against certain materials. But at the moment, they're all just colored the same. But I need some way of communicating, probably in the icon, what buffs they've got. So if anyone has a good idea on how that should work, please let me know. These little dots, by the way, on all the components indicate the tier that they're at. So this one is rare. This one is uncommon, and this one is common. There's also an elite, which is purple. But so that's what those little dots mean. So, I mean, maybe there could be other dots for different, like, for the resource type that it's good against, or the color of the drill bit could change based on the resource type. But there needs to probably be some way of indicating, what it's good against. But I can't think of one, so I'm just leaving them all as grey at the moment. Okay, so I didn't check where we were going. So yeah, I think the event thing will make this a lot better because the asteroids do feel pretty samey at the moment. I need to also... I've got these tunnel generator things going on, and they're all using prefab tunnel segments. So I need to probably make a whole bunch of them and vary them up a bit, and maybe put them in sort of like collections almost, so that, there's a certain feel or vibe to a whole bunch of them. And so different asteroids can have that different vibe. I also probably need to make it so that some of them are actually, at the moment, for the most part, there are occasionally like cave rooms, but mostly they're just damaged terrain. They're not actually empty terrain that you can go through. So you can just go through them faster, but you won't necessarily be able to just walk through them completely. So I think here is a little cave room. But yeah, at the moment, I'm very overpowered. Because my drill bit's so big and my oxygen consumption is so low. So I need other things to make it less likely that you'll succeed. Alright. I think I might kill this run soon. Barney, buddy, pal, chum, comrade. Yes, Half. What can I do for you? Okay, I think this run is... I'm pretty much... I'm too overpowered now. Oh, I need to fix up this screen as well. Because these pieces are now out of position as well. That should be quick, though. Oh, you're going to sleep. See you, Half. Have a good nap. Not a nap. You're going to sleep, not nap, sleep. It must be very late for you as well. Although, maybe, no, it'll be very different from Zill's time, won't it? Anyway, have a good sleep. And I'll no doubt talk to you tomorrow, your time. Today, my time. See ya. Alright. So, yes, these... Oh, that's interesting. You can effectively re-roll these every time you come back. That is... Stayed up till 4 a.m. to watch it. Wow, that's dedication. I appreciate that. Thank you. Please get some sleep, though. Yeah, this is definitely not a good thing. You can just re-roll by going to your inventory and coming back. This replicator one, this will be good. Because I'll be able to... If I can put that... here... and double it, then I'll be able to like quadruple my resources mined. It's not even 10 a.m. I'm so confused. Oh, right, 10 p.m. Right. I don't have like I don't have a world clock in my brain of what time zone everything is. The only reason I can vaguely do Europe is because Greenwich is in Europe. So I know roughly how big the offset is. There's 10 p.m. Okay. Man, I don't know. Time zones are whack. Alright, I'm gonna go super duper OP and just like max out my drill. Make it a big square. Oh, I can't. Okay, at least that's very expensive. That's good. Top width can stay low as well because they look weird when they're a square. I can probably... It is currently 11:50 a.m., but there's daylight savings in other states, so it'll be different. Oh, you do. So you do like two. Does that mean that you sleep twice during a 24-hour period, Zil. Because that's kind of cool, low key. I like that. Oh, I should have. Oh no. Oh no. Why is it sold out? Huh. There's obviously a glitch in here as well. Oh no, it just hadn't updated. Yeah, so there's a glitch somewhere. I'm gonna update that strength a bit. Yeah. Alright. So we're back to basically $0 now, but we should have a completely OP drill bit. And we should be getting 4 times the resources because the replicator's maxed out. And it's getting run twice. I don't know how to verify this, but it certainly seems like a lot of stuff's being mined. Oh yeah. Alright. Okay, I think this playthrough is kind of done because we're in a completely overpowered situation now. And this is why I need to add a lot more variety to the asteroids. It's still taking me a while to get through this. That's kind of good, I guess. But we are fully juiced up on the monies. Collect that just for the lols. Nice. Alright. So yeah, a lot of things to be worked on, that's for sure. Every time I do a proper playthrough like this, it just adds like 50 new things to the to-do list. Which is why it's just so hard to finish a game. Because even if you don't increase the scope of things, just actually making things work properly it's difficult. But I think we kind of achieved what we set out to do. We got things displaying. We did this part of it, but we did not do this part of it. So that will have to be a future thing. I might finish off by doing a quick bit of Geoguesser, because that's always fun. 13 hours ahead. I think so. That sounds right. Yeah. Sleep 11 till 2... 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. and then 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. or something like that. Wow. How many hours of sleep is that in total? 3 and 5-ish. So yeah, so you're getting like 8 hours sleep. That's decent. I usually do about 8 hours sleep, but all in one chunk. See you, Half. Have a good one. Sleep well. Okay, I can close that. Close that. I am going to do a little bit of Geoguesser because it's fun just to finish off. And we might do... So there's like the daily free Geoguesser, and then there's also Time Guesser, which is a really fun one as well. And a lot less stressful because the Geoguesser, you got 2 minutes per round, which is hard. It's hard to do. So, alright. Now, you can guess in the chat, but I'm going to try not to look and try and do this with no hints. Oh dear. Oh no, we're not on a road. Oh, we can't move. That must be Disneyland. I'm guessing the Tokyo one. I think there's one in Tokyo, isn't there? Let's have a look. I think there is. Let's see if we can find it on the map. This will be the challenge. Because I have no idea where in Tokyo it would be. We must be, right? That's got to be Disneyland. Has anyone ever been to Disneyland? Because I sure haven't. Oh, here. We're on. All right. Big Thunder Mountain. Does it have the... What's the castle called? Is it just called like Disney Castle? Where are we in Disneyland? That's the real question. We've got the castle to the northwest. What's that? I don't know. We're sort of in like a roundabout. So there's a road to the southwest, north. Okay. Where are we? Is there a roundabout looking thing? Here. We must be here, hey? How far away is that castle, do you reckon? Is that across the water? Here? Somewhere, maybe? I think we're about there. Oh, no! Is there another Disney? It's not even a Disneyland, is it? Oh, it is. Oh, no. I didn't know there was one. This is the problem. Just don't know. I don't know enough about. I'm not a Disney adult. What are those people called? The Disney people. Anyway, not one of them. I was think. Okay, that doesn't look like. That doesn't look like where it was. I feel like it would maybe there or something. Yeah, because there's the castle and there's the roundabouty thing and there's a. I feel like that's in the wrong spot, but a lot closer than what I guessed. Oops. Yeah, I had no idea there was a Disney park in Shanghai. Although it's not called Disneyland. It's like, what's it called? Disney Resort. So I don't think it's actually a Disneyland. But anyway. All right, let's try the next one. At least I can move in this one. That's good. Trucks are always so helpful, except sometimes in Europe they're not helpful because they obviously go across the borders a lot. I mean, there's stuff in English on it. Netherlands, okay. But the thing is, like you could be in the Netherlands, or you could be in like Belgium or Germany, or probably even further. Okay, that looks very Dutch. Very Dutch. All right. And so, actually, the landscape looks very Dutch as well. Let's see if we can figure out where in the Netherlands we are. I don't know how I'm going to try and figure that out. Usually on these things, if it's in the Netherlands, it's in Amsterdam, but this is obviously not in Amsterdam. At least the Netherlands is not a big country, so I can put it pretty much anywhere and get a decent score. As long as we are in the Netherlands. Definitely. Steenhouwer. Alright. What's that? Like stonemason or something. Anyway. But where are we? That is the question. Look, I don't have much time, so I'm just going to whack it down somewhere in the center of mass-ish. Who knows where we are? I'm just going to commit to that. See what happens. Oh, we're down in the south. Cool. All right. Next one. Got the country on that one at least. And then go. Okay. See, now I always run into this problem where I can't distinguish Spanish and Portuguese, which isn't very helpful. But the other thing is, for the South American countries, I don't know which one speaks which either, so that is also not helpful, so it doesn't actually matter. To that place in the Netherlands, Zil. It's always so crazy to me because in Australia, because we're an island, obviously, like you could drive for days and not even change state. Okay, what am I looking at? Is there anything that gives away the country there? I don't think so. We go over here. What's all this? Just need like a website or something. See what the domain, not the domain. What's the last bit called? Colombia. There we go. Cool. But again, I guess this could be the thing where they go across the border. Okay, I'm just gonna whack it down somewhere in Colombia. Then we can try and figure out if we got anything that tells us better where in Colombia we are. But I doubt it. Let's see. What is Funza? Is that a place? Can I see? Okay, so probably if we are in this city, we're probably on the outskirts. I don't know. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh, there was Funza. I just didn't see it. Last bit of a URL is a TLD or top. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Thank you. I've forgotten that. There are 5 countries I can reach within 3 hours of driving. Damn, that's insane. I can barely reach the next state in 3 hours of driving, and we're close to the, like, it would probably take, I mean, it's very traffic dependent, but like an hour and a half I can reach, in good traffic, I can reach the border to the next state. But then the thing is, like, even if I want to fly in 3 hours, the best I can do is get to New Zealand. And then anywhere, like, it's New Zealand or somewhere else in Australia. Okay, that was a really good one. That was really good. How'd we do? You're better than 87% of people. I swear the people that get these perfect scores must be cheating on this. Must be cheating. It's the only explanation. They can't be that good. All right, so now we're going to do Time Guesser, do the daily one. And this one's fun. Like, you just get a photo, and you got to figure out not only where it is, but when it was taken as well. So we've got Boris Johnson and some other important looking people. What city is this? Is that London? I guess it would be if Boris is there, but I don't know. I don't recognize these people, so that's not helpful. I don't think this looks like London much, but maybe it is. Looks far too sunny, and this flag is just out of reach, which is annoying, but I don't know what flag that would be. And are they on a boat? Or no, I think they're just on a... I think they're on a little pier that sticks out a bit. I'm going to look at London first because I don't have a really good guess of where elsewhere. And then time-wise, looking kind of young there. Maybe like around 2016 or something. That guy looks familiar, but I don't actually know who it is. Okay, so let's have a look-see at London and see if we can see anything on the Thames that sticks out like this. But I don't think so. I don't think this is... I don't know. Unless, because the one thing that I do know is there's that Gherkin building or whatever. But I mean, it could very easily be looking at not... Yeah, this one. Oh, there's also like the Shard or something here. So it could be that we're just not looking at the Gherkin. But there's also like a bunch of bridges and stuff that... Like, that doesn't look like a very familiar bridge. But I mean, I wouldn't know what every bridge in London looks like. So, who knows? Like, it could be down here or something. And actually, no. No, surely not. Don't think so. But, you know, there's a bunch of bloody bridges and shit in London. I think the guy is called John Kerry. This fella here. He definitely looks familiar, but that name does not ring a bell. Like, this could also be, like, in America somewhere. This could be anywhere. But Boris makes me think it's the UK. Although I guess when he was Prime Minister, he probably went all over the shop. But I think he was Mayor of London for a bit as well. So, look, I'm just going to say that they're here. I don't know. It was in America. Oh, so it was Boston. Right. I did, in my head, I thought about that, but it doesn't. Oh, I got the year right. That's good. But I got the complete wrong location. Let's have a look, see how recognizable it would have been. Nah. Oh, so they were on a boat. No, that's got to be the wrong spot. Like, look how close the shore is. That's surely not right. I think they're like here or something. Because that bridge. Oh no, that's a tunnel. I don't know. That seems. Oh, it's looking this way. No, that seems wrong. Boston accents are wild. I can't think of what a Boston accent. I've definitely heard it before, but I can't think of what a Boston accent is. Okay, so this one is obviously quite a bit older. And this looks, I don't know, we could be anywhere in that Eastern European region. Is this pre or post war? That is the question. And war being World War II. I don't know. There looks like a military sort of styling to a lot of these hats going on here. There used to be a TV series on YouTube Red. Oh my god, remember YouTube Red? They had cool Boston accents. Interesting. What was the show called? Might look it up, try and figure out the Boston accent. I think this is I reckon this is like maybe immediately post-war or like very late war. It might even be like in the 50s. You know, I'm gonna say 50 and hedge bets a little bit. Now, is this where in the Eastern Europe would this be? Could be anywhere. Could be anywhere. Oh, see, I think this is Apple Maps, I think, isn't it? And this has like the anglicized names of everything. On Google Maps, they give you both, so you can, because I don't know this script, but they do both on Google, so you can sort of like line them up a bit. Whereas I got no chance now. I think I have no idea where this is what I think. I have no idea. This guy doesn't look too happy. He's just been told some bad news, I think, or been mouthed off. Yeah, I don't know where this is. I'm just going to whack it down randomly somewhere and hope for the best. If I had to guess, I would guess probably Russia or Ukraine. But I don't know if that's... No, because that doesn't really look... Oh, you put the show on Discord. Cool, I'll have a look after. Maybe this is like Turkey. Maybe this is Turkey. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And it looks kind of like a wealthy-ish... Like a pretty wealthy population. Like they've all got nice hats and clothes and whatnot. So I'm going to... Surely there's a big train station in Istanbul. Oh, well. Oh, here. There we go. At least it's at a train station. Let's find out. 61. Ugh, and it was in Ukraine. In Kiev. That was not so good. That was not a good one from me. A long way off, time-wise and distance-wise. Bad. Well, hey. Is this the English soccer team? Who are they playing? Or are those the refs? Those must be the refs. Don't know who they're playing. This looks very like 70s maybe? It's a Brazilian flag there. Oh, Mexico. So this must be a World Cup. So what were the World Cup years? I don't follow soccer closely enough to know. These are hilarious shorts. So some of them need blurring. Like look at this guy. He needs to be blurred. Like why are most people's shorts normal and then he's basically just wearing underpants? Okay, so where are we? Moto is low. So that's just a flag. So maybe they. So no, but that's Canada, Mexico, Brazil. This is all very. You might know the year. Is that because you just know, or is that because you have seen something that would tell you? This must be a World Cup, and I'm sure it's a famous one. I just don't know soccer well enough. Like I don't watch football. 7 Up. It's a pretty big stadium. It's pretty packed as well. There must be some famous match that this is that I don't know. If I had to guess, maybe I'd go like Uruguay or Paraguay or something because I don't know. It's a nice pitch. Maybe it is in Mexico. Or maybe that. I don't know. Why is Canada on it then? Because that's definitely the English Lions. I don't know. Might be your birth year. All right. I think I'm gonna go Mexico. Surely there's a big stadium here somewhere. Basing it on the outfits. Yeah, the outfits I think are what make me think it's the 70s. But maybe it could be the 80s. I really don't know. See, my knowledge pre my existence obviously is poor because I didn't exist. And I also feel like probably in some ways Australia was probably lagging a lot on fashion stuff. So even if I think it's like what I think is 80s is probably like 60s elsewhere because of the clothes. Oh, I think I recognize this guy. I think I've definitely seen him before. I think someone was making fun of his hair, the poor fella. Okay, I'm gonna go like late 70s and see if we can find a stadium. Or even if we can't find a stadium, I'll just whack it somewhere in here. And we'll move on. Okay, so it was Mexico. And it was 1970. Okay, so I wasn't completely off. The year I went the wrong end of the 70s. But I did all right. How did you go, Zil? Did you think Mexico and did you think 70? I was pretty happy with that. The year I'm always crap at. But anyway. Amendment 23. So that's got to be America. Now, if I knew history well, I guess I should know when that would happen, but I don't know American history very well at all. Mexico 86. Okay. We got the country right though. Yeah, we were both wrong with the Belgium did really well that World Cup. There you go. 1970. Go Belgium. I think the best Australia has ever done was in the 2006 World Cup where we got knocked out by Italy. I think in the quarterfinals. We got knocked out by Italy, and then Italy went on to win it. But Italy won the game against Australia by a very dodgy penalty call that they got right late in the game, and that's how they won it off us. The bastards stole it. Because we would have gone on to win, obviously, if we'd beaten Italy, because they went on to win. Now, okay, so if I knew my history well, I would know exactly what year this was, but I don't, unfortunately. And now the confusing thing is a lot of these signs have different states in them. So I also have no idea where we are. So this is going to be a very embarrassing one, I think. This looks, and I hope for America's sake, it's as early as I think it is. Although I don't think as an Australian I can judge on these sorts of things. Is there anything that gives us... No, because they've all just got... Oh, so hang on. I haven't actually read... Okay, I haven't actually read these signs properly. So this must be in Ohio, and they're saying that in other states, women can already vote. So Ohio maybe was lagging behind a bit. Okay. You came fourth in 1986 and third in 2018. Nice. Those are good. I think it was the 2006 World Cup, Australia. So yeah, this was... Oh, it was the round of 16. It wasn't even this. It wasn't even the semi-finals. The quarterfinals. Sorry. Sad. World Cup. Yeah, it was this one. Okay, we really didn't do that well. But yeah, Italy then went on to win it, and there was a bit of controversy around that controversy. Anyway, okay, so somewhere in Ohio, which is where it's one of these. Where is it? Ohio here. So surely is Cleveland or Columbus the capital? We'll find out, because surely this is outside of some... It's called the Wolverine Block. That's crazy. I don't know what it is, though. But surely if you're protesting, you're doing it outside of some sort of official government sort of building. So is it here, or is it Cleveland? I don't know. I don't know. Is there... These are all, like, sports stadiums. Is there, like, a... I don't know. Which one do I go? Is Columbus the capital? I don't know. What's this? This looks like a state house. That surely must be like here. Gonna guess there. Ah! Terrible. 1912. So I was kind of bad on the year. And bad on the position, but not too bad on the position. We have some of the best players in the world for the past 10 years and just no results. I think the other thing with these sorts of national teams often is, like, I would assume all these players play... This happens in other sports that I follow. People play at, like, a club level, and they're, like, the best player at the club. And then you get them all together, and they talk about it as being, like, a team of individuals more than a team of, like, teammates, you know, because everyone's used to being the important centerpiece of a team, and so then they get put in a team with a whole bunch of other people that also think they're the center point. Yeah, I was a bit optimistic with the year then, wasn't I? Furniture manufacturers. So it's in Anglais. I don't recognize a single one of these places, so that's good. Sure and Co. So, okay, so these cars maybe look 20s. And so does... For some reason, that, like, furry shawl thing just screams 20s to me. So I'm going to go mid-20s, I guess. What does this say? Day and night dental surgeries. Hairdresser. Tobacconist. Where are we? Where are we? I guess that's the whole point of this, isn't it? Is where are we? And I don't know. I don't know where we are. Are there any flags? Are there any flags? Can't see any. These photos are so grainy. You can't see any far off detail. Is there anything on the number plate that gives it away? No. I see a newspaper or something. No. Look, this could be any one of a bajillion places. I'll just be happy if I get the continent right at this point. Like, is it America or is it Europe? Don't know. I'm thinking America, and trams. I mean, it could be like Sydney or something. It could even be Australia. Shit. This is difficult. Trams and a bit of a hill. Bloody hell. I just have no idea. Maybe this is this, I don't know. Are these any East Coast places? I'm going to go Boston. We had a Boston one already earlier in Geoguesser, so maybe it's Boston again. Just going to go smack bang in the middle of Boston. And we'll see. No. Oh, it's New Zealand. That is so rogue. What? That's crazy. Is that in Wellington? Must be. Yeah. I got the date nearish, but New Zealand. Wow. I did not pick that at all. That was a bad run. Sorry, my internet crapped out for a second there. That was very bad run. Terrible. I'm not going to read that out, Zil, but that's very funny. All right, let's. Oh, this is new. They've updated this. Cool. I can probably. Yeah, you guys can play along, and you can tell me how you go. After this round, I'll probably call it quits. But this is I do enjoy Time Guesser a lot. So actually, this might not make sense for you to. No, I don't have Geoguesser Pro yet. Although I kind of find Time Guesser more fun. But also that link will be playing the same game as me, so I don't know if it makes sense to do it on a live stream. Land's End, okay. No idea what flag that is. New York is 3,147 units away. Kind of looks like the Giant's Causeway or something in like the shape of those rocks in Ireland. Scilly Isles. No. Scilly Isles? I don't know. June 11th, but no year. This looks kind of 70s as well. This guy's like hipster as though. Like you'd see that fit now. But yeah, this has got to surely be like in the 70s sometime. But as to where, that I do not know. Land's End. So it's a clearly, well, not necessarily clearly English speaking. Jono Groats. I think this must be somewhere in the UK or Ireland. I think that is the Giant's Causeway up here somewhere. Because that would kind of make sense that it's Land's End. But it would also make sense to me that this is like the northernmost or southernmost point of somewhere. So maybe it's like the very tip down here or something. I don't know. That seems reasonable, but I don't know. Maybe it's on a little island. Because the other thing is, it could be like in Iceland or off the tip of Norway or something. Don't know. Could it be like? No, surely then it wouldn't be so English. And like, I have no idea how far that is. And is that miles or kilometers? We'll never know. I would assume miles. Look, where are we? Where are we? Could we be like up here? I'm gonna put it there, and we'll just be done with it, and we'll see what happens. I don't like my chances. Oh, it's the complete. I went down there. I looked down there. Ah, that's so annoying. Oh, I got the year spot on though. That's good. That's good. I can't believe I literally, I think I was looking at this bit here, wasn't I? That's sad. Oh no, I was looking over here, I think. Would have been a lot closer. Oh well, that was decent. That was decent. Okay. Just taking it all in. Probably a bit of a perm going on. Is that? Oh, I have no idea. Got some Soviet propaganda. Good. It's very good. Are we in Spain or something? I don't know. Because these people look European if I'm just going to be judging purely off looks. Which is a dicey thing to do, to be honest with you. Pharmaca Africa. This is so tricky. I'm not very good at this, I don't think. But I enjoy it. Contra O Imperial. No, that's not helpful. None of this is very helpful. It looks... no. Let me rephrase that. None of this is very helpful to me because I don't know what is going on. I'm assuming that would say Irish bar, which would make me think we're not in Ireland. I think we're probably in Spain or something, or Portugal. And I think it's probably like the 80s. Or the late 70s. And that's about all I can tell you. I'm going to go for Madrid because it's like the center of the Spanish peninsula. And if it's in Portugal, we also won't be too far away. Okay, that's all my logic for that. Let's find out. And it was in Portugal. And it was 75. I was close again with the year. That's it. I'm not unhappy with that. That's good. Posted on display for the Portuguese. Should I have been able to figure that out? Probably. But again, this is where my lack of understanding between Portuguese and Spanish comes back to haunt me. Okay. Third round. That's Nixon, isn't it? Which would put us when? Early 70s? Must be the early. I think he was 70s. And where is the next question? That doesn't look English. But I have no idea where this would be. It's a very white population though, isn't it? Mostly. So probably Europe. I have no idea. I have no idea. that a flag? No. I always just pray that there's a flag, and there never is. So I don't think that this is America, because these don't. Well, the city doesn't look very American. That certainly doesn't. And then that doesn't look like English writing. So where did he visit? I have no idea. No idea. Is there any clue? Almost looks like he's holding a phone, but I guess it must be probably a tape recorder or something. Unless someone's time traveling. No. Okay, where are we? I'm thinking oh dude, this guy's he's got that classic policeman look with the sunnies, hey. I'm gonna guess there. No, I'll zoom in a bit. I don't think it's Poland. Could be like Italy or something though. Maybe I'll go Italy. I'll say he's in Rome. When in Rome, hey? Ah. Oh, you're joking. It was Poland. Ah. That's terrible. Ah, so they're in Warsaw. Oh shit. That's so stupid. I literally like clicked in when I was completely zoomed out. I think I probably was like around here. Oh, that's terrible. Terrible. Okay. When and where? Again, definitely Europe, I think. Yeah, certainly Europe. When is a tricky one. Maybe like the 40s? Is this post-war? I don't know. I don't know how to tell. There must be tells that I just don't know, but I would guess like then-ish. Although maybe it's pre. But like just immediately pre. Black and white flags aren't very useful? No, they're not, are they? When... But so there's only limited flags that have the 3 stripes like that, aren't there? Like this could be France. And I'm pulling a blank on anything else. They don't look very French to me, but I don't know what I'm basing that on. Like, that's just made up. This is also a very stout horse. We were talking about horse riding before. This is like a chunky ass horse. It's also got very short legs from what I would imagine a horse. I mean, unless the perspective is doing something weird, but that foot like looks like it looks more like a hippopotamus with a horse head on it. Like it's got little stumpy legs and it's wide. That's a big horse. Because yeah, these horses in the background look much more horse-like to me. They got like long legs. This guy's like stumpy, but thick, like Moto. Sorry. Is it France? Maybe. This doesn't seem like a very French thing to do. Which way are the stripes on the Dutch flag? I think they're horizontal, aren't they? Could it be? Oh, it could be the Belgian flag, couldn't it? This could be Belgium. You could be on here, Zil. I'm going to go Belgium. But where? I don't think it'll be in like a big city. This seems like a... Oh no, but that's quite a big building. I was going to say this feels more like a country thing to do, but I guess it could be anywhere. Like this looks like some fair or something, so it could be anywhere. Maybe... Yeah, I'll go... Wait, where is that? That's in France, isn't it? No, that is in Belgium. I'm going to go here. Sorry, I was getting confused between like state and country borders. It might be a Belgium draft horse, actually. Yeah, that is a chunky boy. That is some serious thickness. It's very impressive. If only Hal hadn't gone to sleep, he would be loving this. Okay, year 37. I don't know. Feels about right. Does this watch have the date on it? No. All right. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to see how we go. 55? I was way off. Oh my god. And it was in the Netherlands? Yeah, it was. Annual ring riding competition. I'm sure I butchered the pronunciation. In Zealand. There you go. That would be so hard. I think he's completely missed it, by the way, because I think that is after the... Yeah, his thing's in front of the string, so he's completely missed the ring. But that would be so difficult. So I wasn't too far off with the... But so then the flag just seems completely wrong, but maybe Zealand has a flag. No? Okay, that certainly isn't it. So yeah, that flag is a bit of a red herring. All right, final round. There's some interesting get-up. And who is that? In my mind, a statue like that is a very Soviet thing to do. But this doesn't seem very Soviet to me. What does that say? S. Is that building meant to be recognizable? I don't know. Okay, these cars. What? Where? When? And see, I'm not a very big car person either, so I don't know like what vintage these things are. I would guess 70s, but I don't know. Who spells police like that? What language is that? Policy. Definitely European of some description. Could it be like Hungary? That would fit with the Soviet thing. What does that say? I don't know. I don't know what that says. I'm going to go with Hungary. Just going to follow my gut. And also because I am hungry. And it's lunchtime. So we'll go Budapest and we'll just find a nice big square. Here we go. No, that's a museum. They're like a square somewhere. Did not mean to click there. Kind of hard to tell if it's a square or if it's building. So it kind of just looks like they're on a road a little bit. Never seen a language like that? Yeah, that means it's Hungarian. In my mind, Hungarian is just like a whack language. Like nothing else is like it. Although it has a lot more like accents and umlauts and stuff than I was. You're giving me second doubts now. Like I'm gonna leave it where it is. Call it 1976 in Budapest. No, okay, it's Finland in 1970. It's Helsinki. Wow, so that's Finnish, I guess. Interesting. Rightio. Seems like an interesting thing to do in front of a church. I can't imagine that the people in the cathedral would approve the miniskirts too much. But that's their problem, isn't it? Anyway, there we go. How'd we go? Final score, 36,000. Not very good. Wait. Everyone was in Europe, though. That's kind of rare. And all of them were bad. The closest we got was the Zealand one with the chonky horse. Yeah, okay. That was not a very good round. Sorry, everyone. Finishing on a poor note there. Thanks for hanging out. It's been fun. We did a bit of work on the game, I guess. Actually, no, we did pretty well on the game. We only didn't do the drag and drop stuff, which is going to be really annoying. And I think the you posted a Belgian horse. Let me get that up. Holy Jesus, that is a... Yeah, let me open it in the browser and share it with everyone. That is a proper horse. Good God. Look at that thing. That is amazing. I love the flares on as well. But dude, that is I've never seen a horse like that. What did they do? Did they just like pump them full of steroids or something? That's crazy. That is wild. Thank you for sharing that, Zil. That was a special treat. They're like Skyrim horses. Oh, true. Hey, they are. Rightio. But yes, so I think I'm going to wrap it up there because I am getting very hungry. It's nearly 1:00, which is usually I eat lunch at like 12:00, so I'm getting pretty hungry. But yeah, so we got pretty far with the special extra component thing. The only thing we didn't do, as I say, is doing the drag and drop stuff, which is a real pain in the ass to do. So I'm going to do that off camera, probably. And then maybe next stream we can look at doing... I've shut my Notion window. But we can look at maybe doing some of the event stuff to spice up the asteroids a bit, get them a bit more fun. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Again, big shout out to all the members, especially... Where is it? Up there. Tom Kirby Green, absolute champion, is a legend member. Thank you so much. If you want to chat and hang out more, there's the link to the Discord in the description, so you can join up there. And yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for hanging out. See you later, Zil. Have a good one. And goodbye to everyone else as well. And yeah, catch you later. Now I've got to remember how to turn off the stream again. I always forget. Okay, here we go. Goodbye.